Alright, let's dive into something that's both fascinating and a bit underrated in the world of action cinema. Have you ever heard of Code of Silence? Probably not, right? But here's the kicker. This 1985 Chuck Norris flick was originally supposed to be the fourth Dirty Harry movie. Yeah, let that sink in. Clint Eastwood's iconic character passed over, and Chuck Norris steps in. Personally, I think this is where things get really interesting. It's not just about the casting swap, it's about how this film ended up becoming something entirely its own, and in my opinion, one of Norris' best roles. First off, let's talk about the origins of this movie. Code of Silence started life as Dirty Harry 4, Code of Silence back in 1979. The script was written by Michael Butler and Dennis Shryack, the same guys behind Dirty Harry sequels like Magnum Force. But Warner Brothers passed on it, opting for sudden impact instead. What many people don't realize is that this film's DNA is still very much rooted in that Dirty Harry world, a rogue cop, moral ambiguity, and a gritty urban setting. But here's the twist. While Dirty Harry was a loose cannon who often skirted the lore, Chuck Norris' character, Eddie Cusack, is a straight arrow. He's the guy fighting corruption within the system, not just outside of it. From my perspective, this shift in character is what makes Code of Silence stand out. It's not just another mindless action flick, it's a commentary on police ethics and the code of silence that protects the corrupt. Now, let's talk about why this matters. In the 80s, action movies were a dime a dozen. Chuck Norris himself was known for his martial arts heavy, Z-grade films. But Code of Silence is different. Roger Ebert, who gave it 3.5 stars, called it spectacular. And he's not wrong. The stunts alone are insane, like a fight on top of a speeding elevated train that ends with both guys diving into the Chicago River. I mean, come on, that's cinema gold. But what makes this really interesting is how the film balances its action with a deeper narrative. It's not just about Norris beating up bad guys. It's about him navigating a system that's broken and trying to do the right thing. That's a level of complexity you don't often see in his films. One thing that immediately stands out is the film's connection to Chicago. Directed by Andrew Davis, a Chicago native, and reviewed positively by Ebert, also a Chicagoan, the movie feels authentic. It's not just a generic urban backdrop, it's a character in itself. If you take a step back and think about it, this local flavor adds a layer of realism that elevates the film above its peers. It's not just about the action, it's about the place and the people in it. Now, let's talk about the broader implications. Code of Silence was originally a Dirty Harry sequel, but it evolved into something else entirely. Chris Christopherson was even attached to the lead at one point, which just shows how much the project shifted over time. What this really suggests is that sometimes, the best films are the ones that break away from their original vision. Chuck Norris wasn't just a replacement for Clint Eastwood, he brought his own style to the role, and the script was rewritten to fit him. In my opinion, this is why Code of Silence feels so unique. It's a film that could have been a generic sequel, but instead became a standout in Norris' career. A detail I find fascinating is the behind-the-scenes story involving Molly Hagan, who played the daughter of a mob boss. She recalled a moment on set where she called Norris' character an *** hole for not comforting her character after her family was murdered. She later apologized, but it's a great example of how seriously the cast took their roles. This raises a deeper question. How much of a character's morality is defined by the actor's interpretation? In this case, Norris' portrayal of Eddie Cusack as a straight arrow feels deliberate, and it's a refreshing change from his usual tough guy persona. So, where does this leave us? Code of Silence is more than just a Chuck Norris movie. It's a film that started as a sequel to one of the most iconic action franchises of all time, got passed over, and then transformed into something entirely its own. Personally, I think it's a testament to the power of creative evolution. What many people don't realize is that sometimes the best art comes from unexpected places. This film could have been forgotten as a failed Dirty Harry sequel, but instead, it's a reminder that even in the world of 80s action schlock, there's room for depth, complexity, and a little bit of Chicago pride. Here's my closing thought. What if Warner Brothers hadn't passed on the script? Would we have gotten a Dirty Harry sequel that felt out of place, or would Chuck Norris have still found a way to make it his own? It's a fun what if to think about. But as it stands, Code of Silence is a hidden gem that deserves more recognition. So, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. And let me know what you think. Is this Chuck Norris' best role, or is there another film that takes the crown? Let's discuss it in the comments.